Hey YouTube, just want to give you an update on my pumpkin plant and some of the pumpkins I got going for the MI Gardener contest and the local contest I do here. This was the one that you guys seen last time that was under the canopy. It's about bowling ball size or maybe a little bit bigger. I'll kind of get my hand in there for reference, but that's doing pretty good. Don't think I'll keep it as a keeper, just because I want it a little bit further out. You see the nice shape I did there on the vine. You guys will want to do that for your shoulders of the pumpkin, because this pumpkin will actually grow out and the shoulders will buckle out. And if you don't leave this little hook here, the pumpkin will actually break itself loose from the vine. As you can hear, I got fireworks going in the background day before 4th of July, so a little bit background noise for you guys. But this one here is going to be the one that I probably end up keeping. Right now it's about the size of my hand, fist, and it's pretty good. It's about 3 days after pollination, so fist size is pretty good as reference. You'll probably want to keep your pumpkins cool for the first 10 days, at least for the first 4 or 5. You see the water bottle I got in there. I usually keep ice bottles in the freezer, so I'll throw them under there on hot days. So it was pretty cool. Got an overcast day, so only used to one. You get very inventive and use chairs, or as you can see, garbage can lids that you don't use anymore, and use them as shade structures. Keep the sun off them. You don't want the sun directly on the pumpkins, because it will cause the skin to toughen up and the pumpkin to ripen too quickly, and they'll split. Another thing to keep in mind is shade overhead. I use these mesh, about 8 foot by 25 foot mesh screens, and the tarps, and I use 2 of those. They're about 30 to 40% sunblock on there that blocks out the sun. The pumpkins don't need full direct sun, because they'll actually burn the leaves, especially the newer ones. And as you can see, my leaves are pretty healthy, kind of cupping, so they're enjoying the light that they're getting, and they'll cup for water when they need them. We had a pretty good wind and rainstorm the other night, so they're plenty full on water, I'm sure. But you want to do that shade structure. I use it not only for shade, but for hail, because we get a lot of thunderstorms and we get hail and stuff like that. So they've already saved my plants a couple times in the storms. As you can see where I'm at, it's a little dark, so this is the structure that I do over my pumpkin. And what I'll do is the 3/4 inch PVC pipe hoops over, and this one ties into my fence. You can do a full hoop, which I did last year. This was just easier to tie into my fence. But what you'll do is either get a piece of rebar, bamboo stake, something that's roughly about 2.5 feet long. You'll put about 1.5 feet of it beneath the ground, tap it in, and then 1 foot up into the 3/4 inch PVC, and that'll keep it in place. And then affix the other side either to another bamboo stake, or I used drilled a hole in there and put a screw into the fence. And then I just use a tarp. I put black side down and the silver side up, so it reflects the heat. And I just attached it to the PVC with these little clips. They're actually clips that are in the PVC aisle for attaching it to, say, studs or whatnot in the basement. I see some gardeners weed their gardens. In some gardens, that's really good to weed your dirt, but you don't want to do that with cucumbers and pumpkin plants like this, because the root system will actually travel out up to 15 feet from the main of the plant, and if you start ripping away at some of the weeds, it'll disturb the root system too much. So what you want to do is either pick it way beforehand, or just let them grow, or cut them and the plant will over time grow over these weeds, and they'll block them out, and they'll eventually die off. I'm not really too worried about them. A lot of people think that they will steal a lot of the nutrition, but if you're doing everything that you're supposed to with your soil and kind of staying on top of watering, they're really not going to rob your plant of too much nutrients. They're not going to harm it too much. I'd rather keep an intact root system than worry about losing all my nutrients that I put in my soil to the weeds. So you can see inside the plant there's relatively no weeds, and the same will be here once the plant overtakes it. You see anything else on here, YouTube, and you have any questions about my setup, go ahead and ask away in the comment box. I do compost. I have a compost tumbler there. I don't use it really to add to the soil. I more or less use it for compost tea. For that size bin, you're not really going to make a whole lot of compost. I dry a lot of my weeds and my grass clippings first to turn them into brown matter instead of green matter. Adding too much green matter all the time to your compost, it's just going to put too much nitrogen into it and end up burning your plants with it. So, like I said in the last one, about roughly 500 square feet. You can tell by the sections of the fence they're 8 foot long. So I have a little over 24 feet that way, another 18 feet over there, plus the 5 feet I got there, and then it's kind of triangular behind me, so it kind of goes another 30 feet. So quite a bit of room back here for a backyard garden. This right here is a squash vine borer trap. It traps the males. It brings them in with the pheromones, and then it'll keep them from escaping. So just wanted to give you a quick update. Thanks, and appreciate you watching.